Welcome to our Luster Career Webinar. We're excited today to tell you a little bit about Luster and who we are and what we do and who we do it for, and also some great opportunities that we have within the company throughout the U.S. and the current position openings, which we'll close with at the end. So you have an opportunity to ask questions either about the presentation and or the opportunities. So I'm Tom Hruby, and I'm here with Lawrence Frost. So we're going to go ahead and plow into this. So the overview of Luster. So we're going to start with an overview of the company, our services, the service sectors that we work in, our representative clients, and also teaming partners. And then give you a sample of our current and some completed projects. We'll talk a little bit about our strategic consulting services. This is an important service line for us, and also who we are looking for. So what type of folks we're looking for, and then the job openings throughout the country. And then obviously we'll take Q&A. So with that, again, I'm Tom Hruby. I'm a vice president with the company, and I'm our GDOT client service leader located here in Atlanta, Georgia. And, one of the things that I really like about my job is it's people orientated. Our team members and our clients are the most important, are most important to us. And so my job is get to be a strategic partner with our clients and with the owners such as GDOT and other prime engineering firms, but then also working with our employees as being responsible for their health, safety, and welfare. So that entails things such as making sure you have what you need to do the job, making sure you have a good career path or help you develop a career path, but then also help you achieve that. And so anyway, I enjoy working, or I enjoy time with the family, of course. Everybody likes to go to the beach, so definitely like to go to the beach. And my son is a baseball player, so we spend a lot of our spare time with our baseball family and watching him play baseball, which we enjoy. I'll turn it over to Lawrence.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to be here. My name is Lawrence Frost, and I am the contracts manager for Luster National. And I am responsible for the preparation review of our contracts and subcontracts and task orders for Luster. I'm part of a great contracts team here at Luster. And before that, I had the opportunity to be embedded at the Georgia Department of Transportation with Luster and be a part of the major mobility investment program. And I got to do that for about 6 years. And so that was a great opportunity. So I've gotten to do a lot of things for Luster. And in my spare time, I enjoy trail running in and around Atlanta, and whenever I get some free time off, using some of our flexible time, I like to go to national parks, and I love watching Formula One. So that's one of the things I enjoy doing on Sunday afternoons, or Sunday mornings, excuse me. So just want to take a moment and kind of explain who we are as a company. We are a minority-owned small business, a family-owned minority small business, and we were founded 34 years ago by our owner and director of operations, Mr. Robert Luster. And we are currently ran by Mr. Robert Luster and his children, our president and vice president, Emily and John Luster. We are an ISO 9001-2015 certified firm. And just to kind of explain what that ISO 9001 means is that is a global standard for quality management. This is meeting the customer and regulatory requirements in all of business. And this gives us a framework to continually improve our processes and performance in business. And thus, we really value quality here at Luster. So some of the services that we provide are strategic consulting and planning services, program, project, and construction management, environmental services, quality and risk management, stakeholder alignment, diversity and equity inclusion. So just to take a look here, here's a map of where we are located. Tom and I are in Atlanta, Georgia, but we are all over the country. As you can see with the star on the map, our headquarters is in Mill Valley, California. That is our headquarters. And we also have offices in Oakland, California, Bakersfield, Los Angeles. We're located in Texas, and Austin and Houston, Atlanta, Georgia, and in New Jersey and New York. We also have staff that are remote. We have people in Portland, or in Oregon, and all over the country. So depending on where you're located, there's a great opportunity that you could be remote or at one of our offices all over the country. So there's a great chance that we can make it work. I'll turn it back over to Tom.
Okay, yeah, so get to talk about Luster's mission, and really what that is we're just focused on providing superior professional services nationally and regionally to our clients, which are owners, they're government entities, they may be other large national and international engineering firms. And as part of what we do, what Lawrence just mentioned is program management, construction management, and a lot of these services. We're actually an internal advocate for our owner or for our client and an owner's rep. So we are on a team representing the owner's best interest. So you'll hear sometimes at Luster, we have an old saying about one team. And we say that because we're one team and we're combined with other consultants as well as the owner. And then, of course, we want to provide innovative, sustainable courses of action to meet our clients' needs and requirements. So we always need to stay on the cutting edge and in advance of the cutting edge so that we can be the best in what we do. So our values are simple. It's a three-legged stool with a focus on clients. Our team members and our clients, again, are the most important folks that we have. Professional integrity. If we don't have professional integrity, both in just the quality of work we do, our behavior, any presence that we have in the marketplace, we're very cognizant of the integrity that we must always display. And then also social responsibility. So in the social responsibility realm, it can be environmental sustainability, it can be workforce development, a lot of different things in the communities that we work in. So our vision and our motto is our vision is that we continuously strive to be one of the most sought after professional service firms, specializing in strategic planning, environmental consulting, program, project, and construction management. So our motto is that you have challenges, we provide solutions. And those combined together really give you a little bit of idea of who we are, what we do, and how we do it.
Here, we want to talk about some of our competitive and generous benefits. We have a 401k plan with an automatic 3% employer contribution. We also provide medical, life, dental and vision, long-term disability. We have an FSA, a flexible spending account, flexible time off with 10 paid holidays. And I'd like to talk about that that flexible time off. Many firms offer something called PTO, paid time off. Here at Luster, we offer something called flexible time off. And that is, instead of accruing time, you work with your supervisor to determine when you need to take time off. You don't accrue time, you just work with your supervisor, determine when you need that time. And this is something that not a lot of firms offer. This is about freedom and flexibility and promoting mutual trust between the employee and the employer. If you need a day off, you can go to your supervisor and get that day off. So we want what's best for the employee, and we believe that having that freedom and flexibility to be able to take a day off if you may not have accrued time is a really nice benefit that Luster National offers. Also, a really unique asset of Luster National is the wellness program with a registered dietitian. We have a registered dietitian that can personalize a program that tailors to the needs of the employee. You can get with this registered dietitian weekly and work with them about your health, your mental health. This is just a really, like I said, a really great asset for the employee. We've also introduced a wellness credit, $50 for $50. You get a wellness credit up to $50 per team member per month. And you can use this to cover things like a gym membership or workout equipment or a massage or yoga to use every month. So Luster really values their employees and their physical and mental health. So these are just some really nice benefits that have been introduced to the Luster employee. And finally, we have the financial planner with a wealth advisor from Morgan Stanley that can help review your financial future. So just some of the competitive and generous benefits that we can provide here at Luster National. Now we wanted to step in and talk about some the service sectors that Luster National is involved in. Some of the key service sectors that we're involved in is aviation, and we'll get more into detail about some of these. Aviation, transit and rail, roads and bridges are some of the key sectors that Luster is currently involved in, specifically in 2024. If we look at aviation, for instance, Luster is currently involved in the JFK Airport in New York. We have had past experience working on Hartsville-Jackson in Atlanta as in program management and construction management services. In transit and rail, we are currently active on the high-speed rail project in California and are currently active in the MMIP program, which is, like I mentioned earlier, the MMIP program is the Major Mobility Investment Program in the state of Georgia. On roads and bridges, we are currently providing construction, engineering, and inspection services throughout the state of Georgia. Another service sector, for instance, is the disaster recovery, and we are working with FEMA to place staff at this moment for any disaster recovery needs throughout the country and abroad. So just some service sectors that in 2024 that Luster is actively involved in.
Okay, thanks, Lawrence. Yeah, so like Lawrence mentioned, aviation, roads and bridges, and transit represents a very significant portion of our revenue as a company. We've worked in many sectors over the 34 years, but currently 90+% of our clients are in those three sectors. And what's neat about that is we get the opportunity to work on mega projects and super mega projects. So, you know, for instance, the California high-speed rail that Lawrence mentioned is a $114 billion program, including both design and construction. And we get the opportunity to work with a team of international, very large, significant partners delivering that program for the California high-speed rail for Trans. So in Georgia, he mentioned the Major Mobility Investment Program. This is started out as a $14 billion program, and it will ultimately be probably closer to $100 billion by the time it's finished. And that consists of putting express lanes throughout the city, interconnecting express lanes throughout the city of Atlanta. So some of the services that we provide on these types of projects are, of course, program, project, and construction management. So to get into a little bit about what some of that is from a program standpoint is project controls. So for instance, scheduling and making sure that the design build team or the designer and the contractor are staying on schedule. We do cost estimating. We do budget control. We do cost analyst, document control. So it's all those things to, as an owner's rep, to make sure that the design and construction team is providing to the owner what they should, how they should, and in the costs that they propose to do it in. So I'm not necessarily going to read all of these. You can look on the screen, and if you see some words there or some services that are of interest to you, keep those in mind, and we're certainly happy to talk about them later, and also with some of the job openings. A few more, though, is diversity and supplier management. So we can help owners manage their programs as well as keeping them in compliance and or auditing these type of programs. Another service that Luster is continuing to grow is our environmental services. So we provide environmental services in all of the above, program management, project, and construction. And we also provide it on a consulting side to other owners and to firms when they're designing projects. And so these services mostly consist of NEPA, like a NEPA environmental document, where it includes natural resources and physical resources, and then even social consulting, such as like public outreach and workforce development, DEI for the community that the project is in. And then also environmental site assessments. So environmental site assessments revolves around hazardous materials and really petroleum, underground storage tank, and petroleum products. So these are assessments that are done, again, to protect the owner, so that if they're acquiring property, they know what they're acquiring and they're not acquiring something that's contaminated. So other services, we acquire right away for our projects. We do utility coordination. We provide professional development, planning, and to go back to the left-hand side of the screen, quality and risk management are two key components of what we do for programs and owners. Being that ISO 9001 2015 certified firm, we operate under that protocol every day, and we monitor ourselves, engage ourselves to make sure we stay in compliance with that. But the value add is that then we are great consultants to be able to do that for the owner, and as part of a program management team or project management team. So that's a key service and a pretty significant differentiator for Luster, especially as a small business. So then also strategic consulting, which I think we'll get into just a little bit more in a slide or two. So as I mentioned, the mega and super mega projects, I'm sure these names ring a bell, and you can see a lot of these are international firms, but we work shoulder to shoulder and on teams with and or for firms like AECOM and Jacobs and H&TB, Atkins. We work, for the GSA. We work for Texas Department of Transportation. We work for Georgia Department of Transportation. So, it's just a great opportunity to be a part of a company that's a reasonable sized company, 120 employees, and so you get the environment of working with relatively a small company, which means that you have a lot of flexibility. There's a lot of attention to our team members, but you also get the experience and the exposure to mega and super mega projects, and you get it with some of the most recognized names in the world. So we'll go to the next slide.
Okay. Just wanted to take a moment and highlight a few of our completed projects in our portfolio. First, wanted to show you the NASA Johnson Space Control Center, and what we did here was the facilities modernization program in Houston, Texas. And this was an 8-year project, and we did construction management and quality assurance services for the NASA Johnson Space Control Center. I'd also like to point out the AC Transit Bus Rapid Transit dedicated bus lane in downtown Oakland, California, and Luster led the community outreach and public engagement consultant team. So two very unique roles, two very different roles in two very different parts of the country. Also, the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport construction management service job. We are a partner on the joint venture team there, and this was a 16-year, $6.8 billion expansion program that consisted of project management, construction management, included procurement specialists and cost estimating. I'd also point out the TxDOT, Texas State Highway 288. We are sub-consultant to H&TB on this role and on this job for this general engineering consultant job. And this included program management and project controls on the south side of Houston. So just wanted to point out some of the various things that we've completed over the years and just highlighting the wide variety of things that Luster is capable of. Now we can move on to some of our active projects. We've spoken a little bit about it, but the California high-speed rail project is something that we're really excited about, really excited to be a part of. Hopefully one day I'll get to ride on it. This is happening in Fresno and Sacramento right now. We have staff located in Fresno and Sacramento. We also have staff that are remote on this role. We are a sub-consultant to the AECOM Floor joint venture program and providing program delivery services on this role. We are providing project management, strategic management, and quality management services on the California high-speed rail at the moment. We're also providing program management services on JFK Airport as a sub-consultant to H&TB. As you hear, I'm saying program management a lot. We are providing a lot of program management services on our current active projects, and Tom's going to touch on that even more. We are providing program management services on BART Link 21. The BART Link 21 is a passenger rail mega program, and we are a sub-consultant to H&TB on that. And that is in the Bay Area, and we have staff in the Bay Area, and we also have remote staff that are located all across the country on that project. We're providing project controls, program controls, and quality management on that program. We also have staff on the Alameda County Public Works, Business and Community Outreach. We have Luster staff working directly with public agencies, providing business and community outreach, specifically to that program for the Alameda County. And so I can turn it over to Tom, and he can specifically talk about some of these projects here in Atlanta and in Georgia statewide.
Sure, yeah. So with the MMIP, I'll just describe some projects that anyone from Atlanta would probably know. So Lawrence mentioned about the I-75 express lanes north of Atlanta, and also the I-75 express lanes south of Atlanta. Those were really two of the first express lane projects that we've done in the state. And since then, we have designed and implemented and are procuring several more of these projects. So 400 and 285 interchange reconstruction, which is called Transform. That has been a major project under the MMIP program. And then it will be followed by express lanes on Georgia 400 coming into 285, ultimately express lanes across the top end of Atlanta in both east and west directions on 285, and then reconstructing the interchanges of I-20 and 285, both on the east and the west sides of town. So some of those projects may ring a bell, or at least those locations, those intersections, those highways. But what we have the opportunity to do is we're working on a program team But then we're also able to work in the field doing construction management. We're also able to work with the general engineering consultant who designed the project to 30 or 40% until it was procured, and then handed it over to procurement for a developer team to take, to 100% and to build. And then it turns into a monitoring. That's where the inspection comes in. That's where quality control comes in, and all the above. So, the slide that we talked about with services, we're providing probably 90% of what was on that slide under this program. And we've been on this program for 7 years, and we'll likely be on it for many more, at least 10 more. All right, so let's go to the next slide. Oh, Lawrence, you're going to take this one.
Yeah, sure. In regards to strategic consulting services, this is a key scope of service for Luster National. This is when we have the opportunity to examine a program structure, a program's operations, and the perceptions to the external stakeholder. Luster performs operational and organizational assessments. We perform contract compliance studies. We perform regional workforce studies. And here you'll see a few examples of the past and current projects that we've done regarding strategic consulting services. I'd point specifically to the California High-Speed Rail and the work that we're actively doing. We're doing strategic advising services for Work Plan 1 and budget and gap analysis on quality at this moment for that program. So this, like I mentioned, this is a key scope of service for Luster, and we really pride ourselves on this service. So I didn't know, Tom, if you had anything else you wanted to mention about strategic consulting services.
Sure. Yeah. This is one of the areas where we're growing into to be on the cutting edge and the leading edge of the industry. So if you've heard of Deloitte or McKinsey Consulting, these are huge, national, international firms that do the strategic consulting. And our program, while not as big as theirs, our program is structured after the services that they provide as well. And really, the big difference with strategic consulting that we provide versus some others here in the U.S. is ours will be at the enterprise level, at the owner's level, at the programmatic level, not at the functional delivery or project level. So this, as Lawrence mentioned, like on the high-speed rail, we helped our team stand up that program and determine how it was going to be organized. We helped prepare the budget for that program. We helped prepare the work plan for that program. So we're right there working with the owner and our partners on the program management team. And so that's where we can really provide a value add to our team, but also to the owners that we're working for.
So in terms of recent wins, we've had some very exciting recent wins that we wanted to speak on. The first being the General Services Administration Blanket Purchase Agreement. And this is a nationwide purchase agreement. So the General Services Administration is a federal program, and we are a prime and a sub to AECOM for this program. We are a prime and a sub for this win. So we will be providing construction management services, program and project management services, and building and lease inspection services. So we have the opportunity to bid on a number of projects all across the country in all 4 zones, on government buildings that need repair or inspections, a number of things. So we're really excited about this opportunity to have federal work all across the country with the General Services Administration. I point to the Washington Metro Area Transit Authority. This is a win that will involve program management, construction management, and engineering support services in the Washington metro area, and this will be on the transit system. The San Francisco Trans-Bay Terminal, which is considered the Grand Central of the West. This is for program management and construction management services for large-scale transit and urban infrastructure. And then we have the New York City Metro Transportation Authority communications-based train control program. We are a sub-consultant to WSP on this program, and we'll be replacing the subway signaling system with a CBT system. Like I said, the communications-based train control program. So next time you're on the subway, hopefully you won't have as many delays. We also have the Caltrans District 4 Broadband Middle Mile Network, again, a sub-consultant to WSP. And this is in the hopes of strengthening broadband connections for improved access and education and health services, improving broadband all across District 4, improving that broadband all across District 4. So we're going to providing scheduling services for Caltrans in that region.
Yeah. Yes, and similarly, we've recently won a GDOT broadband CEI contract, which is statewide. So, you know, there's most states have initiatives where they're just continuing to upgrade and or to extend their broadband along interstates within their states. And so that's what this is in Georgia. It's taking it further out than it has been, and in some cases replacing old telecommunications and wiring and such. So we're really excited about that. And again, it's a statewide contract. So almost statewide would be the next one, is districts 2 through 7. So if you're not aware, there's only 7 GDOT districts within the state of Georgia. So this contract includes all of them except for District 1. And what it is it's both general engineering consulting, where during that part of this program, we're providing more environmental type services, some project management, but mostly environmental. And then on the CEI, it's of course the construction engineering inspection, but this is on all of the design build projects within the state of Georgia. So, well, within districts 2 through 7. Another new program, first time ever contract, has been a data support services contract. So this goes to interconnected vehicles and big data. So this is helping GDOT have an infrastructure where they can capitalize on all the information that they're getting from cell phones, from cars that are interactive, from toll systems, from cameras. So this is a neat contract where we're providing program management services with a partner. And then recently we just won a state of Georgia rail plan update. So it's it's the future plan for rail in Georgia, high-speed rail throughout the state. So finally, we also won District 6 CEI contract. So this is one that we've had with the team that we're on for about 10 years. So it's a recompete, which we won for another 5 years. So that's another thing that's neat about the programs and the projects that we work on, is they're long-term. Most of these are, since they're so large, and since they're for GDOT and a government entity, once you're in and you're proven that you can do the job and do a good job, it's likely that you're going to continue on that contract.
So we have a short video here that we'd like to play for you, and it just will explain a little bit more about Luster and who we are.
This is about a 4-minute video.
We are Luster. Imagine joining a company built on principle, a company crafted to be family, a company that values community, sustainability, and the challenges of the future, a company that stands up. Luster is that company. 33 years in, Luster National Inc. is a force in the AEC industry. And we want you to join us. Luster is a strategic consulting and program management firm that is ISO 9001 to 2015 certified. Our focus is roads and bridges, transit, aviation, and healthcare projects.
I wanted to create an organization built on 3 pillars: client focus, ethics, and social responsibility. And what we've been able to do collectively with all the wonderful people that I work with is we have created a company that is a value add to our teaming partner and our clients, and it gives a great sense of community for the folks that work at Luster.
After completing my PhD in sociology at Harvard, I'm just so appreciative of the opportunities I've had at Luster to be working with folks who are so smart, so kind, so thoughtful, with such different backgrounds and skill sets.
And to pick up right here with Luster on the GDOT program, MMIP program, has been one of the best things that I can actually say has happened to me in these last few years.
Working with Luster National means I get to work with the most elite and top-tier professionals in the construction industry today.
I was blessed to be able to have this role at Luster where I can balance my home life and work, stay connected in the industry. I feel respected and appreciated by our teammates.
Luster National has proven to be the type of firm that will do whatever's necessary to make you as an individual successful.
The impact that they had on my career and the development, and really the trust and the opportunities with Luster, I think, are endless.
Because Luster is a small company and is continually evolving, then you have the ability to explore new avenues of growth that you may not have at larger companies.
The firm is engaged with people as individuals. You don't feel like just a number. And the focus of the firm is much more on what can Luster do for the employees, not what the employees can do for the firm.
Luster's a perfect blend of big business and family run. Luster's wellness, Luster's future, and Luster's personal development. Luster's working every day to make a positive difference.
We're a rapidly growing company, and Luster satisfies a deep need in me to serve and help others, including our clients.
Luster gives me an opportunity to build projects in the community that I love and that I grew up in.
Love the fact that I work for a company where the owner knows my name.
The thing that is so special about Luster is that it just really feels like home. Everyone has each other's back and is there for one another. I know that if I called any Luster team member, they would pick up immediately and do anything they can to help.
Luster is looking for the best and the brightest to join our team. Contact us and tell us about your Luster. Tell us about you.
Okay. So what and who we are looking for. What we're looking for highly motivated professionals looking to make an impact in their work environment, and people who exhibit professional integrity. Integrity is incredibly important to us and to what we're looking for here at Luster. Who we're looking for? We're looking for achievers who aspire to new heights, entrepreneurs who venture beyond the safety of the known. We're looking for goal setters who make a plan and execute. We're looking for hard workers who are steadfast, diligent, and determined to get the job done. And we're looking for big thinkers who ask, why not? And we're looking for self-starters who are already looking at the next mountain to climb. So job openings. We often have positions open on short notice. If Luster sounds like the kind of company you might want to work for but don't see a current opening that fits you, you can go ahead and fill out the employment application form and we will keep you your information on file. That form is on our website. You can email us your resume. I really recommend that you email us your resume. We do post our current openings on LinkedIn. We post them on Indeed and on our website. Please follow us on LinkedIn. Let's get connected on LinkedIn and on Indeed. We do have 2024 summer internships available as well. So if you are looking for an internship, let's get connected as soon as possible. Summer is coming up sooner rather than later. So yes, but there's many ways for us to connect. So please do reach out to us, email us, and let's please get connected. In the West region, we do have some current job openings, specifically on the California High-Speed Rail project, the program management team. We have a Scheduler 1 in Fresno, California, a Scheduler 2 in Fresno, California as well, a financial analyst in Sacramento, a strategic consulting expert in Sacramento, and a field office engineer. We have 2 field office engineering interns that we're looking for in Fresno, California. So, and that is specifically for the California High-Speed Rail program. In the Northeast region, we are looking for a document control specialist in Newark, New Jersey. We're looking for a public outreach specialist in Newark as well, and a commercial manager in New York. And I'll turn it over to Tom, and he can specifically talk about the Southeast.
Okay, yes, we have several opportunities here. One is a program quality engineer. So this would be an in-person job in Atlanta, working on a program management team for GDOT and on the MMIP and design build program. We're looking for entry-level schedulers. This may be someone that's right out of school, or maybe someone that wants to come into our industry that hasn't worked here before. So a cost analyst is another position, and these are all on the same program. So a cost analyst is more evaluating costs of a project from project to project, and making sure that the teams are staying in alignment, not only with schedule, but work performed and the cost of that work. And then a procurement administrator. So a procurement administrator helps with the process of taking a project and publicly advertising it, and then basically servicing the advertisement and those that are responding to the advertisement. So there's a slew of different phases to that, from questions and answers to submittal reviews to cost reviews to proposal reviews, technical approach, that type of thing. So the procurement administrator just works with a team of others that are helping shepherd that project through the procurement process. So then document control, we're looking for a document control specialist. This is someone that could also be more junior, or maybe hasn't done document control, but is a college graduate, or someone that's very detail oriented, somebody very organized, somebody that's good with computers and software and systems. So then we're also looking for a senior utility coordinator in Atlanta. And then we have the opportunity to hire 2 field and or office engineer interns this summer. So ideally, we'd like to have someone in the engineering realm, that maybe the civil engineering realm, construction management, or something similar, but with the intent of of learning more about design and construction. So an ideal person would be a rising senior, so that they finish their junior year, they work as an intern, they learn a great deal, they like it, they go back to school for a year and graduate, and then that could be an opportunity, perhaps for a first job, to start their career. So with that, I guess we'll open it up to questions. I think some of you may have submitted through chat, and or if not, then feel free to just raise your hand and ask questions.
Yeah, we have one question here from Abdul. He's asking, do you have any idea about the commencement of the project of transit from Houston to Dallas?
That's a good question. I don't have that information, but I can certainly find out for you.
Okay.
Tom, do you have any idea?
Yeah, no, it's, you know, and I don't even know if the owner has the idea, but
Yeah.
it's definitely in the plans. But we can, if you email either Lawrence and or I, we're certainly check with our folks and get you a response.
Okay. Thank you. The next question is Luster into EPC projects, engineering, procurement, and construction? I'm guessing is what EPC is represented.
Sure, yeah. So EPCs, it really is what these MMIP and these P3 projects are, but EPC is, you know, usually a designation that's used like in an energy sector, maybe a water, wastewater sector, but engineering, procurement, and construction is what these projects are. So, so there's a team that, you know, provides the concept for the projects, and then it's turned over to what you would call an EPC contractor or EPC team, and then they finalize the engineering design, and then they procure subs to do the work, and then they act as the general contractor. Just different terminology for what we're doing in transportation.
Yeah, that's all the questions that we have for now. But I'd like everyone to note that Sargon has shared the luster.com careers page link in the Q&A, so you can click to go see our job opportunities directly from there.
Yeah, so if you go to our website and go to the careers section in different regions of the country, the openings that we have, and then when you see basically the title of the job opening, there'll be a link. If it's still live, there'll be a link to either Indeed or LinkedIn, where there'll be a full job description, and then you can either submit a resume directly to the email that's on the career site to one of us, or go ahead and apply through the process of the posting that's in Indeed and or LinkedIn. Additionally, we're starting to for the younger generation, we're starting to use a handshake. So we know a lot of the college folks and college kids are using that to find their jobs. So we're posting some information there as well. All right.
That's all.
Well, does anybody have any questions out loud they want to ask?
Sheldon, there's a couple of more questions there.
Thanks. So can you talk more about Luster's professional development program?
Sure. Yeah. This is an exciting program for Luster. You know, as we're growing as a company, we're just continuing to build out, you know, just great resources. Our professional development program is, boy, you know, I would say the manual is probably 300 pages, but what it is it's a career mapping plan and program. And so you can look at what different, you know, sort of types of career path you want to have, whether it be technical or whether it be managerial, or whether it be, you know, project oriented. So then within those branches, you can look at all the different availabilities. If you're an environmental engineer, if you're a civil engineer, or you're an inspector, it gives you a definition of what an inspector 1 is, or what an engineer 2 is, and what an engineer 3 is. So you know if you're an engineer 2 and you want to work to be an engineer 3, then that's the career map. So you know what you need to achieve to be able to get to an engineer 3. So it's just it's a great program that we're just rolling out, and would be great to have you join us, and it will help you where where you currently are, and help again develop a career path for you.
Thanks, Tom. The next question is, are there any particular positions you would recommend for an experienced project manager? I'd like to apply with Luster. I'm a veteran and I'm flexible.
Well, there's many, but we're not sure where you are, what part of the country, and or what type of project management experience you have. What you may want to do is just go ahead and email Lawrence and I your resume, and we can definitely put you in touch with the right folks for the region that you are in or desiring to be in.
Yeah, and I think the best bet on something like that is to just certainly get us your resume, and so we can get you connected to the right people within our organization, because things are opening up so quickly, and things are moving so rapidly. So
Yeah, that was the last question.
Okay, well, we hope you learned something, and gain some more knowledge of Luster, and kind of get a feel for the type of company, and the the team member focus and the client focus, and the family feeling of working for a company like Luster, as you heard in the video. As well as being able, like we talked about earlier, to work on some great projects with some great people.
Okay, we have one more question here, Tom. What kind of qualifications are needed for field workers?
Well, if you're speaking of construction engineering inspectors, we can start with none. We have folks that want to learn how to be a construction engineering inspector, and so they start as in a position what's called an engineering aide. And so while they're working as an engineering aide, they're gaining the on-the-job experience, but then also they're going through a series of courses and tests to become certified, so that they can move to an inspector 1. And then the same thing that goes when they're an inspector 1, then as they continue to get experience, they get more certifications, then they can move to inspector 2, and so on and so forth.
Thanks. Do you have any idea of when they are planning to hire for the opportunities in New Jersey?
we are actively hiring for opportunities in New Jersey at this moment. So I believe we are hiring document controls in New Jersey at this moment, and we will continue to hire as roles can. We are actively hiring in New Jersey, and I think we'll continue to see more things open up in New Jersey.
Yeah, and just to clarify, all the positions that or the openings that we went through, those are all current needs, immediate needs, and so those positions are all open.
Okay. Would you expect additional open roles throughout the year, or are these the only roles you are looking to fill for the remainder of the year?
No, absolutely. These are the roles for immediately for now. In a week or two, there may be 1 or 2 different job openings that come up. So again, we're involved in these projects that just have hundreds of people, and as you know, everything needs to be done yesterday. So everyone's pushing schedule. People are the most needed resource there is. So as we continue to do good work, we continue to have openings to be able to grow in the projects and the programs, or within the projects and programs that we are currently working. So we are constantly hiring.
All right, I believe that was the last question.
Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thank you again. Have a great balance of your day, and we appreciate the time that you've spent with us, and hopefully it was beneficial for you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.